Well, good. Well,
Real world events. Senior business and tech correspondent Jolie Kent.
well, well, Dave.
Hello.
So you're the first one here.
Well, hello.
Hello there. And this is my first rodeo on this stuff. So
Well,
with,
I
without without Peter,
well, you'll do fine.
I
Last,
figure.
you are a leader of men. You'll be fine.
I don't know about that, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I'm here. Um, I don't have any specific questions, but I always find I learn a little bit when I learn things that I didn't know.
Oh yeah, you always pick up something no matter what it is. And
Well, got the Christmas dinner coming up, but this weekend is that right? Or next weekend?
I think it's next Wednesday. I think.
Let's see.
It,
Well,
it,
we're
it-
not going to be able to make it, but we appreciate knowing about it. And
okay.
I have a craft show I'm going to this weekend at Tecumseh High School. Working in my wood shop, trying to prepare some inventory.
Okay.
It's it's been a it's become a job. Not supposed to be a job,
No.
but
So what is it?
it's a craft show at Tecumseh High
Oh,
School.
craft show. I got you.
Mhm. And I take rolling pins and cutting board stuff that I make in my wood shop.
All right. That's pretty
Um,
cool.
I've done several shows and done well at each one, but there's a lot of work involved to prepare an inventory to have something to display.
Have them
But
display and sell it. Yeah. And then you have to display it. And I ran into Larry Beasley last about a week ago Saturday at the we're members of the Ohio Gun Collectors Association,
oh,
and they started having they have about 4 shows a year, and they have it up at the in Hamilton at that new place. So had a good long conversation. Hey Peter,
Hi
I'm
Jake, how
glad.
you doing?
Good.
Hey Dave,
hello, Peter.
hope you guys are doing well.
Yep.
Great. Did you guys get a lot of snow yesterday?
We had about 5 inches here in Springfield County.
Mon- Monday.
Oh, was it Monday? Okay, yeah.
Monday. We Dave's about 40 miles north of us. We got about 3, but when you got up
Okay.
around Dayton, you said you got about 5?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5, 6.
oh, it just my snow blower was almost useless. The snow was so wet. It
But
just
yeah.
kept
Yeah.
blowing up. But
Well, it just rained in Boston, but up no, up in New Hampshire, like where Linda Hockle is and Bob Britton, they got about 7 inches up there.
Wow. Okay. Because that's north, isn't it?
Well, they're probably an hour and a quarter north of
Quarter.
us. Yeah, they're in what's
Okay.
called the Monadnock region, so they're in south central New Hampshire.
Okay.
Yeah.
uh, Pete, something that doesn't relate to what we're speaking of, but I just contacted Bev Seelan about not getting a reimbursement check, and she responded that she had sent them out and they had been cashed. But I did not receive any checks, so I sent back that please
Well,
check her records, and I hope it's there was a mistake made. She sent them somewhere else, or a different name, somebody else. But
Yeah, I got
I have-
mine. I got mine at least a week ago.
Yeah, I got mine as well.
Yep. Hey,
I-
Donald.
Guys,
Hey, Don.
our numbers are multiplying.
There you go.
And,
Last
Jake, do you have AI Companion on just by chance?
I set it up with what you told me.
Right.
How do I check that?
Well, see, it should be right where it says to the right of shift or share rather. It should say AI Companion there.
Well, it says more on mine.
Okay. Here, let me try it on mine.
I see AI in this drop down. Do I hit it?
Yeah, I would. It'll help track everything, all the discussions.
Okay, it must be working because there's a red button that says Stop AI Companion. So I assume that
Perfect.
means it's on.
Yep.
Extra benefits for the Humana Medicare Advantage.
Okay. So is there any, I remember you talking about being a setting for like gallery or something?
So right now I have it on gallery, so I can see all 7 people at once.
Okay, I can
have
do
either-
that too. I see that now.
Okay.
And more.
Upper right-hand corner where it says view. So view, it can either be speaker, gallery, or multi-speaker.
The right-hand corner, top or,
Top right to the right of recording.
okay, I got it. I have it on gallery. That's it? Okay. All right.
Hey, Paulette, you must have something going on in the background. We can hear. You have the TV on?
I'll turn it down.
Yeah, I would, or turn it off, or put your
Yeah.
put your computer on mute.
Yeah.
Coverage coordinating. Plus your doctor, hospital, and pharmacy may already be part
There
of
you
our.
go. We got a couple Lonsdales on.
Hey,
Hey, Charlie.
yep.
Ken. Oh, they're
Jake,
starting
if
to
you
come
do
out.
get background noise, you get a green bar around the person who's speaking, and if you need to you can put them on mute if you need to.
And how do you do that?
Well, it should come up to the left of their name, or no, upper right-hand corner in the box they're in.
Like there's a green box around you and you're talking now, and your name's on the lower left, but
Yeah.
there's nothing in the upper right.
The right now it says I clicked on it so I could mute myself, but you just want to be cognizant of that if people have noise in the background or speaking
okay.
like that, just so that if you need to, you mute them.
Okay.
see, you can click on it.
Yeah. So this this is my semi first. I'm not quite ready to solo yet. So Peter's helping me through this. This is my first rodeo for being trying to moderate one of these things, or even been on this side of the Zoom thing. So we're
That's right. So
starting to get some
Mid-America,
people.
you have your own Zoom account now.
Well, I have a comment I'd like to share.
Go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead, Dave.
Well, last 2 weeks, 10 days ago or so, my brother and his two sons, my nephews, were here, and I took one of the nephews a ride. Now he's an adult, 57, 8, maybe 59 years old, and a good sized man, probably 225, 30 pounds. Well, when he was about 7 years old, I took him from Springfield down to the Ohio River, sitting in the back of my Austin Healey, he and his brother. And he remembered that ride quite well. And this was the second time he'd been in the car and enjoyed a ride down the road and back here last week. But a lot of water under the bridge since then, but he did ride.
Great.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Back then, kids could sit in the back seat, It wasn't dangerous then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
No.
used to put Charlie there all the time.
And he
Yep,
turned out all right.
Yep. John and Jennifer, I hit a 65 BJ8 when they were 6, 7, 8 years old, and we rode all over the place. I was the coolest soccer coach in the league.
Yeah.
There you go.
I used to drive my Healy to soccer practice as well back there in the early 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you started the program, didn't you, at Chaminade?
At Shawnee.
Shawnee, okay.
But yes, I did
Yeah.
start the program there in 1980. Coached for 17 years.
And for everybody on the call, he has a stadium named after him.
Wow.
Yes.
Not
Yes,
the stadium, but the field.
the
The
field,
soccer
but
field itself, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
it is good.
No issues with my car since the rebuild. I've driven about 300 miles. I've been busy in my wood shop, so I haven't done any winter maintenance yet, but I plan to swap out the oil and do all the lubing and get it ready for spring. But no issues really to worry about, which is kind of nice not to have any major project over the winter.
That's true.
Yeah. Seemed like there was always something that needed to be done.
So Peter, is there a way that these screens, they'll fit on a screen, or do I have
When
to
you
keep
in your gallery view now, are you on an iPad?
I'm on an
Jake?
iPad. Yeah.
I'm not I've never used an iPad, so like you got a very narrow screen. But when you gallery, can you see all 17 people?
I have to scroll. I'm
Okay.
scrolling, and there's about 8 on a screen.
Must be a restriction on an iPad.
Okay. So Peter's, this is sort of he's helped me walk through. This is my first rodeo on trying to be on this side of the Zoom stuff. So, but we're getting quite a few. And I was hoping nobody really. Well, first I guess I need to welcome everybody that's on phone call so far. This is our second Mid America Zoom tech call, and we hope it to be ongoing kind of a thing. And but nobody sent me any prior questions, and I was hoping that Bernie
I sent you a question. Did you get Jake? I sent you a question.
Did you? Okay, well maybe I'm
Yes,
lying.
I sent you one yesterday.
Hey, Jake, I sent you one too. This is Tom. I sent you one a couple weeks ago.
Well, okay.
It went to the Mid America email address, Jake.
Oh, that means oh shit. Okay.
Because that's what you said.
So I have to look at that email address now, right? Okay, that's why I didn't get it.
But
You know, I
you
have to
asked us
look
to
at
send
it.
it to there.
All right. Well, let's start with since you know what you did. You ask. How about it was Tom, right?
Yeah.
Let Tom go first.
Yeah. Let's throw it out there.
No, I have a 57 106 BN4, and it starts great, if it's like 55, 60 degrees or more. It starts great, just a crank or two. But once it gets below that temperature, like at 40 degrees, I might have to crank it 10 times, and like below 40 degrees, it might start or it might not. And I just want to get some ideas. I feel pretty confident that the electrical side is good. The points and, I've replaced everything. I've got everything good, but I don't know. My choke seems to be moving the choke far, but I don't know. Have you ever had trouble like that? As it was my question.
So
I
when
would
it's
suggest
cold,
that you choke, Tom. Make sure your choke's pulled all the way out. That's my experience with Healy's. I had a 106, and that was I had to make sure it was all the way out. Now, does yours have a gallery head?
Yes. It's
Yep.
early gallery head, yeah.
Yep.
But you mean when you? I know I have it pulled all the way out, but I don't. Does it sometimes not push the? I guess on the SU carburetor, it's got to move that the full.
So
Yeah.
on those carburetors that's on that car, is it like I'm more familiar with the Sprite? You know, you can when you pull the choke out on that, you can see the bottom of it moving up and down. But I'm not really familiar with what's on the 106. But I know there's a couple people on here that is like I know Don knows about that kind of stuff. So how does a person on 106 set the choke or no make sure that it's actuating the choke on the carburetors? Don't everybody answer at once.
I'll answer that. I'm Don.
Done.
Okay.
I would pop the hood, pull the choke out, and look at the carburetor, and you should be able to see that the lever is all the way down. And a lot of times I'll take the bolts off of the top of the carburetor and look at the jet, and the jet should be pulled down. So it should be up just about even, a little below. And when you pull the choke out, you should be able to see it drop.
So is that
And
like when
I
you're
don't-
looking through the throat of the carburetor, the jet, that little brass thing that moves up and down at the bottom of it? Is it like a
Yep.
bug eye?
That will pull down,
Yeah, I can.
and it should
Yeah.
pull down pretty much about a 1/16 of an inch or more. Now, I've got a tri-carb, and I only choke the middle carburetor. And on the coldest days, that middle carburetor will fire it. So I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Tom, do you have a stock starter on the car or a high? What I forget now. What
Torque.
the I'm sorry. The what?
Torque.
High torque.
Yeah, I have,
Yeah. Well, I years ago, my car had a similar problem down when it got to be 30 to 40 degrees. It would really crank slow. But with this high velocity starter that I put on it, I don't drive it in cold weather anyway. But that starter has made it starting a lot easier.
okay. Yeah, I have the original kind of starter, so that's something I could do update.
That might be
Yeah.
a upgrade that unless you're trying to keep everything stock, that's a very effective upgrade for starting your car. But then again, it's not stock, but none
Yeah,
of my
Tom, I saw a post on Facebook on that very subject, and the comment was that if everything else is operating properly, the original starters are fine. It's maybe the high torque starters sometimes can hide some problems you're having with the car. So that individual recommended staying with your stock starter over a high torque starter just because it can hide some things that may be going on with your car. That was on Facebook today.
I wouldn't argue the point, but it seemed to help my car.
Yep.
I would just one last question. I was going to say, when I bought my car, which is almost 10 years ago now. Oh my gosh! But anyways, supposedly the carburetors had been rebuilt, and I was wondering if somebody put in the wrong jet or something? Could something like that be? I don't know how to. I assume there's a special part for my car. It's supposed to be the right needle valve and all that stuff. Does that make sense?
Well, if it's run fine for 10 years, or has it always been difficult to start?
It really has always been difficult to start since I got it. It's always been like this.
But it's only when it's cold, Tom, right?
Yes, only when it's cold.
I think it's choke related. Don Klein, you probably have a better feeling than I, but I would think it's choke.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
pull the top of the carburetor off so that you can actually see down in there, and look at it stock and then pull the choke out and make sure that it's actually going down.
Okay. I'll do it. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm digging into that.
Yeah, a lot of times there's something lost between the knob and actually actuating the arms on the carburetors that pull the choke down. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of slop in that
Mhm.
linking.
Okay.
Over time or just with a shift in anything, suddenly you'll lose that ability to choke the car. So check there. And is everything tight on the manifolds, and you don't have any air leaks or vacuums going on where it's not supposed to be drawing air?
Not that I know of, but that's another. Do you put like a water on it? Or how do you? What's a good way to check if there's a leak somewhere there?
Well, just make sure that all the bolts are and studs are tightened down around the carburetor, on the ears of the carburetor, to the manifolds and those places. And then once you get the car started, you can spray. There's some things you can spray. I don't remember what they are, but maybe like starting fluid or WD-40 on those junctions. And if the engine quits, then you know that you're pulling vacuum right there and you've got an air leak.
On a leak. Okay. Okay. Well, thanks. It gives me lots of good things to look at.
Yeah.
Okay. So Peter, you said you sent, did anybody else send questions in that to the email that I didn't check? The Mid-America thing. So Peter said he sent something in.
Yep. So I've recently put a 3.7 differential in my Sebring Sprite. I had a 3.9. I was able to source a used 3.7. I checked it, and checked all the gears looked good on it. But I've got a very loud whine in fourth gear. I'm turning at 65 miles an hour on the highway. I'm turning 3,600 RPMs. So it's down from when the 3.9 was at about 3.8 or 3.9 or 3.9. But I've got this whine that's unbearable. I did change it, had brand new differential fluid. I've changed it. I've gone to Castrol 75 to 140 racing differential. That was a little stronger. Before I had 75-90 Fram in it, and so I put in a little thicker diff fluid, but it didn't make a difference. So I didn't know if anyone has any experience with differentials with whines in fourth gear.
I got nothing.
And I realize this isn't a Sprite, but
It's
would
a
apply
Sprite,
to a
yeah.
Big Healy too.
Yeah, I put a 3.7 in for a while. Jeff's got mine. I didn't get any whines or anything. I mean, it just, I didn't like the snap. I went back to a 3.9 because I just didn't like how great on the highway, but I just didn't like it around traffic and stuff. But I didn't have any whines or anything like that in the gears or whatever.
Yeah, because the car's got a 1275 and it's 101 horsepower.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm not worried
You-
about dogging down.
Yeah, you got enough guts then.
Right. But this wine's unbearable. So but it's not in first, second, or third. It's only in fourth.
And you didn't have it with the other differential?
No, the other
Yeah,
one was
3.9.
great. The 3.9 was great. So, I can go back and, but maybe I didn't know if what the to get that differential rebuilt or on that 3.7, but it feels, kind of going backwards in progress. But
Well, and the one I
prepared to
put
do
in was
that.
new. I bought a set of gears, and Bob
Okay.
Duffy's not on today yet, or if he is, and we just took an old pumpkin and he he did all that engineering stuff with how you put the bluing and all that other stuff
Yep.
that I kind of read and my eyes glassed over, and he understood. And so mine was basically a new one and
Yeah, I did that with the 354. I put in my DJ8. Put in a brand new one in that
Yeah.
one. But I've used, I got to use 3.7 in my granddaughter's car. It's with a 1275, and that one's great, not a problem at all. But
So it's
this
that-
one that's in the Sebrings, you can't live with it. It's too loud.
yes, it sounds like it probably needs to be rebuilt or shimmed or
Yeah.
something.
Just out of curiosity, are you talking on acceleration or coasting or both?
Under acceleration, coasting, there's no noise. So when I'm
And you're not
off
getting
the
it in any of
accelerator-
the other? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's only under acceleration do I get this whine. If you're not coasting, no whine at all.
It's just a used set of gears that you put in this, and
Yeah,
Or
it
this
was a
is a
used
new one.
3.7, but again, I checked it out visually and spun everything around. All the teeth look good. So and remember, I did take it to a British car mechanic, and he looked at it and said what he was feeling. He said it looked good, so I felt I was good to go. But because I've done it before with another car, but this one's unbearable.
so if you have a used set of gears and you put it into the pig, wasn't
No, I took a whole, it was a whole pumpkin.
it was the whole pumpkin.
Yeah,
It was
3.7, the whole pumpkin.
because they made, right? If you were to change the gears and put it into a different pumpkin, then you can get wine. Like from my drag racing days, we used to switch gears all the time. And it's very hard to have them remade, you know what I mean, without getting some type of wine. So that's
Okay.
why I was asking if these were gears that were taken out of one pig and put into another.
Yeah, no, it was a whole pumpkin that I bought from a guy who I bought from before, and I'm not sure where he sourced it. But it's certainly it's not acceptable the way it is right now.
Did you check the pattern before putting it in?
I did not. I just checked it and everything. There was everything turned freely. There was no chips in any of the gears. Everything looked fine. And again, I took it to a British car guy, and he looked at it and said it looked good as well. We didn't do a comprehensive test. We just did it sitting in his driveway.
Well, at any rate, it's kind of odd that you're saying that you're not hearing it through all the gears, but
Right.
that
Yeah,
would lead
Kevin,
me to
it's
think
only
it's something
only in
else.
fourth.
But I would pull it and put some bluing on it and recheck that pattern.
Okay, thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, this is Don Klein. I would check the play on that also. It might be too tight.
Okay, yep. Okay, well, looks like it's coming out again.
There you go.
Thanks for the advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bluing, you can do that yourself. You get some nail polish or something with oil, like grease, red
Yeah,
grease or green grease, and just stick a glob right in the middle and turn it, and it should all stay right in the middle and not on the ends. So that's how I do it.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Yeah. So on the last call, Bernie was having problems with oil leak, and I know we talked a lot about getting a leak down tester and that kind of stuff, and I think we did. I don't see Bernie, but I see Denny on the call. Hey, so I know he took the head off of eventually, but he did do the leak down test thing. Because remember, that was a discussion last time, and was wondering
Yes,
if
he did do the leak down test. The head's at a machine shop right now.
okay. So did you guys all go over and do the leak down test? And I was just looking for a report back on how did that work out, because that was one of the topics last month.
Well, I haven't talked to him about it. Dale was with him when they dropped the head off. They got all the valves and springs disconnected,
Okay.
and the last I know is the head is at the machine shop.
Okay.
Hey, Jake.
Yes, sir.
This is Scott Brown. Don, when he did the leak down test, he only saw a slight leak at number 4 between, I think it was 3 and 4. And that was confirmed when he, when he pulled the head off.
Okay.
The oil was due to mostly missing valve guide seals.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Which
Okay.
is worn out valve guide seals.
Yeah, well, some of them just were so worn out they weren't visible anymore.
I think they were cracked, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah,
They came out in pieces.
yeah.
Oh.
Old original rubber.
So I guess that means next spring he doesn't have to be in the back then.
No, if he's not in the back, he's going to get lost.
Okay.
He needs somebody to follow.
There you go.
I was hoping for some sort of nice answer to Pete's question on the rear end whine. I have a similar whine, but it's not in the rear end. It is in the overdrive, and only the overdrive, and only when it is accelerating. So I don't know whether I've got a clearance problem, a worn washer, but I've definitely got a whine that's tolerable, but it's just a small whine.
Well, Scott, I've got some earplugs in my garage for you.
Good idea.
Do you have the same whine whether you're in overdrive in 3rd or 4th?
Yes, same whine.
So it's definitely the overdrive then.
Yeah. Yeah, and it goes away when I let off on the gas. So
Well, I'll shoot with a
assuming
Sprite gearbox. I don't have an overdrive.
yeah. But yeah, I was assuming it had something to do with maybe those brass washers in the back for clearance. So it hasn't been out. It was rebuilt 10 years ago, I guess. So
How recently have you changed the transmission fluid?
that was changed. Actually, it gets changed twice a year.
Wow.
Here.
More frequently than I do mine, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, I had some collection of brass in there, and I noticed when on a really hot day, when the engine had been running for an hour and a half, 2 hours on a drive, that shifting became hard around, downshifting to second or
in the zoom.
upshifting to third. So I found that, I just cleaned it out by flushing it several times. And, so far that's worked pretty well. So I'm just continuing to do it, lest, the transmission seize up or something. So it doesn't appear to be harming anything. So it's just the purchase of 3 quarts of extra oil.
Does anyone else have any recommendations for Scott with the whine in his overdrive?
Scott, quick question for you. Is that only when you engage your overdrive that you get the whine?
Yeah. Yeah, and it actually seems to reduce a little bit. It's loudest if I put it into 4th at about, or put it into overdrive fourth gear at, like 45 to 50. And as I increase speed, the whine gets less. So it just seems to be the worst at about 45 miles an hour, but only if I'm on the gas.
When was the last time you had it apart, Scott?
About 10 years ago. Yeah, when it got rebuilt.
Well, you're activating the sun gears when you get it into overdrive,
Yeah.
and you've got all those teeth in there. How thick is your transmission fluid?
I'm using
30 weight?
non-detergent 30.
I would throw some 40 in there and a can of STP.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I had heard people using ATF as well as the STP. But yeah, okay. What I had been doing along with the non-detergent 30, because I wanted to get anything that was floating in there out of there, so I didn't want any detergent. But I had been, after I drained it and refilled again, I had been putting in, I think it's 3 ounces of motor coat, which is the, that's slippery stuff. Yeah.
ZDP.
Well, no, it isn't. It's a bonding lubricant. Trying to think of the technical name of it, and I can't at the moment.
Are you using high zinc oil in the overdrive unit?
No, just a straight 30 non-detergent.
Yeah, that's booked.
That's what I use in mine as well. But I don't know. You guys know Michael Salter. He's one of our experts in the Northeast. He recommends using 2050 VR120 racing oil, both in his engine and in his transmission.
Exactly.
Okay, I use
and
that
it has
in
a
the
high
engine
zinc
now.
content in it.
Right. Michael says he uses it in his transmission as well, Scott.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I've
Well,
never
I've
done
got-
that, but I
I
don't
got
have the
plenty of
line
that.
like you do. So that it may be worth a try, especially since you change it so frequently.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I've got a change coming up in the spring, so I will use all of that then.
Well, Good
And
luck.
and if it doesn't work, Denny, get me the link to Amazon for those earbuds.
There you go.
I got a box of them in my garage.
That's it.
Next time I see you, I'll bring you a pair.
Oh, I've got plenty from all my industrial usage.
Yeah, it's worth a try, Scott, going to a higher velocity, viscosity.
Yeah.
Just like Don said, a 40 weight or again,
Well,
Michael
the
Salter recommends the 2050.
ZR1 20W50 would probably do it. It's a racing oil. It's got high zinc quantities, which may or may not help the gearing stop winding a little bit.
Sure.
Adding
That's what I
little
use
bit
in
of
all my
STP
engines.
might help out, thicken it up a little bit.
Anything is better than removing the transmission.
Well,
Yeah.
the other thing is you could remove the transmission and have fun with that, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Which model Healy do you have, Scott?
It's a tricarb.
Okay. Well, at least you don't have a console with a BJ8.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yours a center shift or a side shift?
It was an early tricarb, so it's a side shift.
Yeah. Great.
One of the last leftover parts.
Yeah.
A pretty car.
Hey, gentlemen, Dave Roberts here.
Sure.
Am I on?
You're on.
Yep. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, one of the best things I did in my Healy several years ago was put in a Toyota 5-speed, and I and a 356 rear end, two of the best upgrades of my Healy that I really enjoy both. But because of that 5-speed, I have a very good 61 transmission, stock transmission. A little issue with the overdrive is the reason I pulled it out and put in the 5-speed, but that would be available to someone, at a market value. If anyone needs the whole transmission, the transmission is good. It was rebuilt. It probably doesn't have 5,000 miles on it, but I had trouble with the overdrive and I just got tired fussing with it. And I put in a 5-speed, and that was, I think, a great upgrade. I don't regret that whatsoever. It's not stock, but it runs like a scared rabbit on the highway. That's all I got.
Well, I've got an overdrive that would go with that really good transmission. Because I put a driven man 5-speed in, and my car's a Frankenstein anyway, so it's never going to go back in the car. So
that's the way I feel about mine.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it to my son, the car, and I know he's not going to be interested in putting that old transmission in. So
yeah,
it's sitting in the garage.
I have a bug eye rib case. If anybody needs one, been rebuilt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have a
auto jumble.
Yeah.
Good way to get the word out using this forum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody got any other questions? Or I can call on Mr. Livingston, who has got a really nice project going on. He can give us an update. He picked up a really nice BJ8 project that had a Martin frame on it, and just starting on. Kevin, you there? Kevin, you wait.
Kevin, you're on mute. There, he's off.
There you go, Kevin.
Mute. Technically challenged right now.
All right. Well, we can hear you.
Yeah, I ended up picking up a. Can you hear me? Yeah, I don't have a camera on this on my desk computer. I do on my notebook, so I'll have to buy a camera, I guess.
Yeah.
But I did pick up another Healy. I swear I'm going to get a divorce if I pick up another Healy, so I can stop that. But I originally bought this not for the Jensen, or excuse me, for the Martin frame, dual frame. Originally, I just wanted the exterior panel so I could finish off another car that I have. But kind of ended up buying it, and when I checked it out even further, I'm like, gosh, this thing has like brand new sheet metal everywhere. And then in talking to Jake, in some videos that I saw his, that what they went through, this car is, had all new sheet metal and everything in it, put in about 2006. And the gentleman ended up passing away, unfortunately. His son took over it, but he really didn't do anything. And then he died. And now his son has it at 24 years old, but he had to get rid of it. I ended up buying it. But now that I got it home and I started going through this car, I'm like, oh man, I can't put these panels on the other car. They're fit pretty well to this, they've been fitted to this particular chassis. It would take too much work to refit them to another chassis. So I started going through right now. I'm racing to go through all the body work. I stripped everything down because I had Por 15 that was, you could flake it off with your fingernails. Problem with Por 15, if you don't have a rust surface and you have an ultra smooth surface, it doesn't stick apparently. And it was put on a long time ago, so I had to remove it. I stripped them every panel down. Ended up, I did it mechanically. I didn't want to do a sandblasting of it, and stripped it all down. And then I took basically vinegar, but I used the PPG products, and I acid etched them, and then prepped it. Used body prep on it because what that does is it puts zinc back into the panel so it doesn't flash rust on you. So once I did that, then I went epoxy coated everything, and then I put build primer on it. I sanded everything to 600 grit dry, and I need to do 600 wet and then seal it and then paint it. But I ran out of temperature. Kind of cold here in Michigan right now, so I'm gonna have to wait till next year to finish it. Now, when I said I did all the panels, I just lied. I did not do the shrouds yet because the shrouds have to be reworked. Actually, these panels on the car I've had to rework. Whoever did the previous body work did a real nice job, but the arch of the wheel well was egg shape instead of round, so I had to put in some different patch panels to fix that on it. But the shroud itself, they welded on it, and when they welded the front shroud, it's too tight, so the hood does not fit in there doesn't have any gaps on either side. So I'm gonna have to cut the shroud, widen it just a little bit because I tried to stretch it, that didn't work. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and re-weld it and make it proper, and then I'll finish those shrouds and paint that thing in the winter time, or excuse me, in the springtime. But I have all other components for this car, and I just right now for the winter months I'm just tearing down the motor because they went and bored it, but they didn't. It doesn't look like they cleaned the block. The head is totally gutted, so I just ordered parts. I'll end up rebuilding the head myself, and then rebuild the engine over the winter time so that it's ready to go. I'll go through the transmission, and we'll see if I can maybe get that put into the car right after I paint it and start assembling it the rest of the way. But it'll be a couple-year project. Typically is when you have to do everything.
What color are you going to paint the car, Kevin?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
What color are you going to paint the car?
Here's the deal with the car. When you have a car, in my mind, you have a car that goes to, you get a dual frame, you had a problem with your car to begin with. In other words, it was rotted out more than likely, right? And so the car is probably well worn everywhere. It's my thought process. So you get this beautiful chassis back, but all the parts you're going to put on it, every single piece needs to be. So I'll have to recondition every single part. And what was your question again?
What color are you going to paint the car?
Oh, color. So that's where I was going. So this car, the guy got it. I theorized that he did not want to go through that process of having another car rot out on him. So he basically rhinoed it. If you basically put some kind of rhino guard or something and sprayed red over the whole chassis. And it seems to be a single stage that they did. I actually have the paint. I know the manufacturer, I can't think of who it was, but I have some of the cans, the materials that they used, so I know what they were putting on it. But in order to strip all that off and do that, man, that is a lot of work. So I did not want to go through it. I'm just going to go ahead and paint it the same identical color that's on the chassis. It's a GM color, and when I went and had it analyzed, it came out perfect for the GM red. And I did not know that GM has a color red, not burgundy, not anything else. It's called GM red, and it was used on trucks in the 60s. It was also used on the 77, 78 Corvette.
Okay,
so
great.
I'm going to be doing PPG Deltron in that color because I can get it, and then I'll clear it in their 4000 clear. So that's my plans. We'll see how it comes out.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And I appreciate Jake's been helping me out on a few things on this chassis a little bit, and give me some background, which has been very, very helpful.
Well, did you see bring a trailer today? There was that 100M white over black that sold for $99,000. It has a dual frame on it, and it does not have the original motor, so they kind of assumed that's the reason that it was so far undervalued for what normally a 100M would be. But it looked like a beautiful car, but sold for $99,000 on Bring a Trailer. They had 3 guys bidding on it. It started when the bidding started with like 15 minutes ago was at 60, and it got up to $99,000. Two guys were fighting over it. They increased the price by $39,000 in about 15 minutes.
Wow.
Mhm.
So you're saying that $100,000 is cheap? So what? I don't follow them, but I know 100Ms are rare if they're factory and all that other stuff. What is a real 100M with a real it doesn't have the jewel usually go for?
I think if it's good, all the numbers are correct on it, I think it should, I realize the market's depressed right now, but it
Yeah.
should be bring 130 plus, I would think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a nice looking car, but it's, it did not have the original motor and it had a jewel frame on it. So that I clearly appreciated its value.
Just out of curiosity, you said it didn't or did have a jewel frame?
Did have a jewel frame. Yep.
Good.
Yep. So it
I am
had a
just
new
so impressed
had a
with
new
that
frame and a-
frame, by the way.
Yeah, it had a
Sorry,
new
go ahead.
frame and a replacement motor.
Wow. Seems like a lot of money not to have the original motor or the original frame, though.
Well, obviously it had a reserve on it. It met the reserve. Obviously they don't tell you what the reserve was, but
Yeah.
I think if it still had the original motor and a good original frame, again, I would have thought it'd been worth 130 plus. 2 years ago it'd be worth $1.50.
Wow.
But the market's definitely soft right now. And coming into the winter doesn't help either.
Yep.
Good time to pick up some project cars.
Well, I have I have a question I wanted to present to the group then, if you don't mind me jumping in.
Well, go ahead.
I am with this dual frame car, I'm thinking about putting air conditioning on it. And I have a lot of information from doing what would be needed back in 2014 with the list I have and some information. I'm just wondering nowadays, it was the Vintage Air Mini, I think it was called. I can't remember, Mini 2 or something like that. I don't even know if they're around anymore, but has anyone done an AC job on a Healy recently, and is Vintage Air the way to go still, or is there other players in the market that I should be looking at?
Well, recently, I don't know, in the last 4 or 5 years, but Vintage Air is still around. And if you want to do anything air conditioning, talk to Brett Blades in Texas. He makes
Brett Blades.
Brett
He
Blades.
makes the bracket.
He makes the brackets, and he's got it down to where they really look nice now. When he first came out, they were a little bit crude, but they worked. But he's got, I don't know, it looks like he's machined. They look really nice because I actually put one of his newer brackets on when I redid my car, just because of the looks of it. But he's done so daggone many of them. I've done about 3, I think. I did one on that 100 or whatever, but it had an American engine in it, whatever. But Vintage Air, and he can tell you the pluses and minuses because he's got there's 2 or 3 different ones that they make, like for a Chevy 2 or something that fits up underneath it. If you're going to do that BJ8, I have to go back and look what it is, but I put a skinny one in because you had to put it at an angle because of the console. When I put one in that, John had 100 that had a 283 in it, and it was it was really nice to put one under the old style dash because you had so daggone much room, and it would fit a different size unit. But the BJ is pretty tight, and I don't know. Remember, I can go back and find out what it is, but it's a little skinny unit, and it kind of goes in there at an angle, and that's the one I'm running right now.
I was curious about the fit. Yeah.
Because Bob Duffy, we did one on Bob Duffy's car. He's got a BJ7, and like I said, on the old style dashes, life's way easier than on the BJ8. And,
Hey Jay,
yeah,
and Kevin, on Duffy's car, even though it's a BJ7, the evaporator fits very nicely, underneath the dash all the way on the passenger side, wouldn't impact the center console on the BJ8. The only thing it would impact would be the dash, the glove box.
Glove box and stuff, yeah.
But you'd probably have a false front glove box or a radically shortened one. But the other thing that would be very interesting would be to marry up a vintage air unit with a now very common hybrid or electric car compressor. The only thing that they require is about an alternator with at least 70 amps, probably closer to 120. They draw 60 amps at full load, and you don't have to worry about where the hell you put them. And you don't have the problem of keeping the idle up when the air conditioner kicks in. So, it makes a lot of sense, and you should be able to find a used one at a junkyard now, and you marry it up with a nice vintage air unit, and it would be quite a unit. I'd love to do it myself, but decided against it.
Electric sounds good, like a good idea.
That's outstanding idea. Yeah.
So Scott, I know we talked about that. Can you put that like that unit in the trunk or something?
Yeah, there's no reason why not. It would go anywhere. It's just piping. Obviously your lines would have to go into the trunk as well, but when you look at a place to put it, the vintage air evaporator, of course, has its own blower, so you don't need the blower motor, that's hiding on that inner fender. These compressor packages are roughly about a 7 or an 8-inch cube, and that would fit real nicely where the blower motor used to be without impacting anything else.
Oh, so you could put it on that inner fender.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Because when I was doing it, the electric stuff wasn't, or I wasn't smart enough to research it.
I mean they've got complete kits now. I was almost going to do one of those from eBay. Obviously they're Chinese, but they were $550 complete.
Oh wow.
You can get one out of a wrecked Tesla.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Or anything, even a Ford C-Max, which is no longer being made, and any one of the hybrids works because they have to use the electric air conditioning.
Now's the thing apart. If I'm going to get serious, I need to get serious real quick and do it this winter. Fit everything in before I paint this car and put an engine in it and everything.
Good idea. Kevin, are you going to paint the car yourself?
Yeah, I'll paint the car myself. I've only done a couple cars. But
I painted my Bug-Eye in my garage 39 years ago.
Uh-oh.
Well, I built a booth that fits a Bug-Eye perfectly. It does not fit a Big Healy very well. And it's a cross-flow design. I have an explosion-proof fan, and I have a high-end filtration unit. And it works great. So when I Big Healy, actually I painted a couple of them, I have to do it disassembled. Everyone thinks I'm nuts. But if you're doing a a single, or if you're doing a, no, not doing a single stab, you know, two pack. But I mean, if you do a solid color and you're not doing a metallic or a candy or something like that, you can get away with it and it looks really good. But you want to do it all in the same day, and it's like assembly line the way I have to do it with my little booth that I have. But so I plan on doing the same thing again, and that's why I only paint solid colors, no metallics, because I know that I'd have to somehow make my booth bigger to do metallics.
Yeah, mine was
Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
mine's a 1989 Chevy truck red.
89, I'll have to look this. I know, yeah, I know, like I said, I know they did them in trucks and couple cars back in the 60s, and then I heard that, or found where they did it in the Corvettes. I think it was 78s, or excuse me, yeah, 78 and 77. But they may have used it in multiple, just don't know what they all are. So it'd be interesting to see if it's the same color as yours.
Well, when I went into the store, the paint store, they said, "What color do you want to paint it?" And I said, "I never really thought about it. How about red?" So there it is.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. It's a red. It's a nice looking car. It did a good job on it.
Well, that was the first and only car that I've ever painted. Came out okay.
I think everyone should try and paint a car at least once.
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah, that was my third attempt at painting because I kept on getting fish eyes on it. And I thought eventually if I get the paint thick enough, I could just sand the fish eyes out.
Do you have silicone or use silicone brake fluid or anything silicone that was around?
Well, I think over the course of time, the compressor was pumping oil from the oil reservoir that's underneath the compressor through the pistons and stuff. And it started coming out through the lines. And even though I had a filter built into the line, I had two filters built into the line. It was still coming through and getting into the paint. Because the more I use it, the more fisheye I ended up with. And eventually I figured stop making it worse and just sand it out.
Right. Yeah, that's why I had to upgrade this 3-stage filter unit that I have.
Yeah.
But it's the same issue you just had because I was doing a bug eye and I was running into issues with it. That was the first car that I did. Well, I shouldn't say that I did. Camaro was my first car.
Yeah.
Then I did a bug eye, and then I done a couple big Heelys. I'm an amateur, but each time I do one of these cars, I just learn something new every time.
Yeah.
So I think
I painted my 65 Austin Healey Sprite in my parents' garage when I was in college. And they always used to tell me they always thought of my car because there was green overspray on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got red paint on my floor.
I've been pretty good about the overspray because I had to be careful not to paint my neighbor's house green or something. I don't know with the overspray. So I've incorporated. I have filters. It's a cross flow, so I have inbound filters for the air coming in. But when I exit the air out of the booth, I have a explosion-proof fan and whatnot. I don't want to blow up my house. I use charcoal filters to capture any of the overspray as much as possible. It seems to work okay. The only problem is you have to replace them all the time, and it gets kind of expensive. I think my neighbors only put up with me because I'll weld anything that they need welded. Anything that breaks at their house, they'll call me over to fix it.
That worked.
All right. Well, fellas, I got to sign off here. I got some other things that I need to do at 8 o'clock, so I need to punch out. Good listening to y'all, and
Mm.
I guess I'll talk to you later.
Okay, that
Danny.
sounds good.
Bet.
We'll see you,
Hey,
Denny.
see you, Danny.
Next
Pardon me?
month.
But
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
For
Happy
the
holidays.
holiday.
Yes. Good Christmas.
So, Kurt, how's your garage doing?
Oh, it's coming right along. So we're keeping busy. So we're up to our eyeballs in MGs right now. So that hopefully pushing some of those out of the two of them out the door before Christmas. And that'll
You're kind of becoming the Cincinnati T expert or the T series car expert kind of a deal.
well,
You're getting a bunch of
the local T series expert, Jim Pesta, lost his shop, and so he and I are doing a few things together. But yeah, I have a regular rotation of TDs and TCs and TFs through the shop, and so and Jim's gonna have some information about arcing brake shoes available. We'll have that up online here in January, I imagine. And so that's he got a lot of complaints that the brakes just didn't seem to be up to par, and started looking into it. And of course, as you turn drums and as these cars age, the radius changes on the drum. And if the shoes and the drums don't have the same radius, then you reduce your swept area. And then all of a sudden, you press the brake pedal and you've got 40% of what you should have. And none of these cars are known for their stopping ability in modern traffic, so want to make sure that we address things like that, and so everybody can get out and enjoy their cars and make sure that it stops before it goes. And so nobody needs the headaches that happen when your car doesn't stop. So
yeah.
anyway,
That's
that's what's going on. Other than that, I've been resuscitating the paint, doing a paint correction on a 92 Buick. And those things have acres of paint on them. So it just takes a while. It's kind of like a whole hobby in itself. And anyway, but that's what's cooking down at the shop. And so once the MGs go, and then we can turn our attention to some of our own things, have a little fun with that.
Yeah.
So you have a lathe tool to do the re-arcing of a shoe?
Yeah,
that you
actually,
scrape it back for?
yeah, Jim Pesta takes care of that and gets the shoes re-arced. And a lot of it is ordering the right brake lining. You have to get it as your drums wear and get bigger through machining. You have to get a shoe that has a thick enough brake lining on it that you can arc it
Right.
to get the contact patch right.
So he fits the brake shoes to the drums.
Yes.
You're broken in, worn in, whatever you want to call them, drums.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Drums. Drums are drums, and
Yeah.
they're very consistent, and getting
Right.
the shoe to have the proper application throughout the arc is the
And I guess the T's, they all have drums, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and T's may even use the same drums as the early sprites. And yeah, there's a lot to work with there. So what you have, you want to make sure it's working.
Well, yeah. Yeah, because with the sprites, we just, well, you've got 2 or 3 of them. You just put disc brakes on them and
Right, exactly.
fix the problem.
Right. And
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think I've ever
your
seen
rear
it too-
drum, so you still have rear drums on your Sprite, don't you? Or you putting disc brakes back there?
yeah,
Yeah.
You are? Okay.
yeah. There are drums throughout, and I'm a big advocate of disc brakes and upgrading the stopping system, the braking system, getting the dual circuit master cylinders or even balance beam master cylinders. So that doesn't bother me at all, and but drums can be made to be very efficient. And
Sure.
I have an Alfa Romeo race car that I outbrake the disc brake cars easily. So, but it's got giant drums on it. They're
big
huge.
things.
Yeah, they're 2.5 inches wide. So it's one thing that car does really well, amazingly enough. But they're also Lucas Girling brakes. So anyway, that's it's always important to make it stop before you make it go. So, but other than that, one recommendation I'd make for this call, that everybody on here invite a friend next month. And
Yes.
just see if, because now is the time all the projects are occurring. Now's the time that somebody's actually pulled the SU off of the car and has it apart and doesn't know what to do with it. Or, steering gear, finally you're looking at that. So if you have friends that have projects, invite them to join us so we can discuss those projects and we can all learn from those. So
Yeah. So when I send the blast out next time, we'll tell people to invite a friend and tell us about your project, kind of a thing.
Good idea, Kurt.
just like the ads for the gun and knife show, Jake.
Exactly.
Bring a buddy, invite a friend, or whatever they say.
Yeah.
So can I ask a question about that? We sent out a reminder about this meeting? Did you find was that helpful? We originally went out 2 weeks in advance, and then we sent a reminder out a couple days ago. Was that helpful to know about getting that reminder?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, it was for me.
And I really appreciate you putting the link in to the Zoom meeting too. And so some of these things I get on, they don't actually have a live link. You just have the meeting ID and the passcode. And you're always fumbling around trying to get it to work. So. And for a drum breakdown like me, that can be difficult.
All right. Well, I'll be. Has anybody got anything else?
Well, I've got 2 engines I'm rebuilding.
I know. One of them's mine.
Yes. And it's those Moss parts again. Your dots are not lining up on the timing gears for the cam and the crank. So I'm getting out of the box and I'm going to start swapping the chain on different teeth to see what I can come up with. Because I'm not coming up with my numbers that I need. So there's that. And what Kurt doesn't know is that when I set the course up Friday night,
yes,
the big Healy broke. Number 4 piston has a hole in it.
Oh,
geez, that negatively impacts your compression in that cylinder.
Well, it kind of spread out and locked everything up too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, luckily I've got another set of 60 over pistons, all 6 of them ready to go. So
Is
it's
that
in the
other
garage
engine
now.
you're
I got it
rebuilding?
out of the car. Pardon?
Is that the other
Yeah.
engine you're rebuilding?
Yeah, he's got my
Yes.
Buckeye engine, and then now his Big Healy engine. But he does have a spare that he's working on putting in the car while he rebuilds.
Well, as of last week, that spare is a piece of crap.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Had a spare.
The crank clearance is 5 thousandths, and the rods are 2.8, which is the maximum. So that's why my oil pressure was low.
uh-huh.
So does that mean you have 3 engines now you're going to be working on?
Well, not to mention Hazel's race engine.
Well, there you go. Yeah, keep you out of trouble.
Yeah, will keep me in trouble.
Or yes, in or out, one of the two. All types.
So
of
I'll
trouble.
have more to say in a month.
Okay.
Very exciting.
Yes. And my engine is done, and Jeff's building a bench dynamo, and we're almost done with that. And so I'm thinking in January my Big Healy engine will be on the dynamo, and we're going to break it in with carburetors, and then I'm upgrading the fuel injection, so I should be able to tune or have it tuned. I got to find a smart person to tune my new Mega Squirt fuel injection, and I'm looking at the January-ish time frame. So I should be able to have the car back on the road, and my goal is to drive it to Galena and
That'd be
stuff.
good.
So that's anybody else got projects? I know Dave just finished his. Because he's driving it.
Yeah, I got about 300 miles on it. I'm ready for the first oil change.
There you go. Look pretty good. John, I haven't seen
Yeah,
you in a long
very
time, and I
nice.
know you got a shitload of projects. Are you talking, or is that me?
Me or
Yeah, can we hear John?
John's got his mute on. John, if you go to the upper right corner of your picture there, you'll see a little unmute.
There you go.
Yeah, that didn't work.
There you go.
Now you're working.
I know. Have to catch up. No, work keeps me busy.
Oh, okay.
Except for the month that they decided not to pay me.
Ooh.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
But I know you got rid of a bunch of those kids, so
No.
huh? Most of them are gone, or not. Well, I mean, there's colleges and stuff.
No, they're adults living at home now.
Oh, okay.
Which
That's
means the
wrong.
bills go up substantially.
Yeah.
No, I got one left in college,
Okay.
one in college and one in high school.
Time flies.
But yes, and for those that don't know, I have to go back in for surgery December 22nd. So my Christmas present.
No.
On your knees.
Yes, the right knee was actually far worse than the left knee, and so they have to go in and reattach that meniscus.
Dude.
That's no fun.
Yep.
Which means, it makes working in the garage very difficult
Mm.
because it's locked straight for 6 to 8 weeks.
Wow.
So, but yes, I have lots of projects.
Lots and lots.
That's supposed to be my retirement.
Well, hopefully
After your
I'll be
surgery.
making. Go ahead,
Okay.
Charlie.
Go ahead, Charlie.
hopefully I'll be making room in my garage and get Aiden's Sprite in there so that we can start getting it back together for his wedding next October.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we have a 10-month window to work with.
There you go.
We've done it before, Charlie.
I know.
We'll have to come up.
Yep. We'll have to get your room here.
Okay.
So do you still have, did you have 2 square bodies or 1? I know
Well, I have my black one in my race car.
Yeah,
but I've also inherited 3 more, 1 for each of my children.
yeah, because
So
I saw 1 or 2 down at the shop when you guys were.
I've got all 3 of those.
Okay.
So, well, technically the race car is still in Tennessee, but so I got 4 of them up here
Okay.
and a 1-car garage.
Advantage of small cars.
But Dad left you some beautiful parts.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and bodies and stuff. It's
Yep. We just have to put it together.
You got to put them together.
That's right.
Jake, I have to sign off.
Okay. I'll probably see you next Wednesday at our Christmas lunch. Maybe.
Unfortunately, won't be able to make that one.
Okay.
So.
Well. You take care of Eileen.
All right, that's where I'm going now.
Yeah.
See ya.
All right, we'll see you.
Take care,
See you,
Scott.
Scott.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care, Scott.
So does anybody else have anything they want to talk about?
So Jake, is it your plan to do this on the same Wednesday of each month?
Yeah. Do it for a few months and see if we can figure out some way to organize things. So maybe we can move the fun around to the different clubs. Because we've got.
That would be January 7th. Then that's the first Wednesday of 2026.
Yes. Yeah, and I set it up. That Zoom thing that you helped me set up. I just set up in a reoccurring.
Perfect.
Did the structure that this meeting is about that you showed me, you gave me.
Yep. Great. Well, if you want to, if you need a hand with the next email, let me know.
Well, yeah, that's the next step is you train me on how to go. Mike gave me whatever rights I need, but now I got to figure out what that means.
Yep.
To blast those out. But yep.
Okay.
So I got them.
So as soon as the meeting ends, within the 15 minutes or so, Jake, you'll get an email from Zoom. Send me that link. I'll hook it up to YouTube, and then we'll post this on our members only website under the Mid-America. So the recording will be there for people to see in the future. And if you also get that AI companion, it should come in a Word document. Go through and clean that up, and then send that to me as well, and then we can post that there as well.
Okay, we'll do.
So if you look at what we did in the Northeast in November, you'll see exactly how we set that up.
All right. Well, I'll go check it out then. I appreciate you, help me get along, get moving. So.
No, you're more than welcome.
So.
Anytime.
Okay.
Okay. Well, happy holidays, all.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it was real good seeing you, Pete.
Seeing you. Thank you. Good seeing you, Don. Yeah, we were roommates one year, weren't we?
Yes, we were.
Don't see you at the delegates meeting anymore.
Yes, I'm at home, hiding in the basement.
There you go.
Hunker in the bunker. All right, everybody. Good job. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.
Okay.
See you guys.
Thanks, Jake.
Okay,
Good night.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Everybody,
Bye-bye.
stay well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Jake.
Bye-bye.
Okay, chat. Zoom.
Mute out.
Opening meeting, yep, there we go.
How do you leave?
That's what I'm trying to do.
That's the same as all of us. I got a little red box. Box. It says end.
Yeah,
There's the end. There you go. Leave the meeting. What the hell does that mean?
Mute, rename, pin.
So I got a thing down on the lower right hand that just says end.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. There it is. All right.
All
Now I
right.
got it.
We'll see you.
All right. See you, Jake.
Yeah. I think I can get out of here. I think